Hey there guys, Ectomaster back again, bringing you the next in the line of talent glyph speculations. I'm tripping all over again. You know, we're just going to call them specs. The specs. So we're going to look at all three of those again. This time we're looking right on down the line. We're looking at the rogue. So I brought Bronxie all the way up to level 85 to show us exactly what these talents and glyphs are going to be looking like. So obviously, going on to the specs here, we only have three and they're all damage, they're all DPS. It's all the rogue does. There's Assassination, which gets Mutilate, and Venom, Venomous Wounds, and Vendetta. Then you have Combat, which has Blade Flurry, Revealing Strike, Combat Potency, and Killing Spree as well. And then finally there's Subtlety, which has Backstab, Hemorrhage, Find Weakness, and Shadow Dance. Now, I'll say right now, after the video with the priest, and I said, oh yeah, my allergies are long gone, they've come back. So if I start coughing, I do apologize. So, there goes, there's the first cough. Looking right at the talents, we're going to go ahead, Tier 1, level 15, you get Night Stalker. Increases your movement speed while stealth by 20%. And the damage your abilities deal while stealth by 25%. Subterfuge, your stealth breaks 3 seconds after dealing or receiving hostile actions rather than doing so immediately. And then Shadow Focus. Abilities no longer cost energy while you are stealthed. Ooh, now, I don't know, the movement speed increase would be nice, and plus damage. Ooh, that is... When they said they were going to make things tough, because if they don't cost any energy when I'm using them, that's nice. Oh, I'll go for that for now. Tier 2, level 30. Deadly Throw. Finishing move that reduces the movement speed of the target by 50% for 6 seconds. If performed with 5 combo points, also interrupts spellcasting, and prevents any spell in that school from being cast for 6 seconds. Damage dealt, 1 point is 1,025 to 1,066 damage. I'm not going to read all of that, but as you can see, 5 points gets it up about 1,000 points more than that. So it's about 250 point difference in each. So Nerve Strike, a successful kidney shot or chief shot, also reduces the damage dealt by the target by 50% for 6 seconds after the effect fades. Then Combat Readiness. Enter into a state of heightened awareness, deflecting enemy weapon strikes with increasing effectiveness. Successive attacks will deal 10% less damage per application, striking 5 times. It lasts for 20 seconds, but if 10 seconds elapse without any incoming weapon strikes, this state will end. I think we'll just go Combat Readiness for now. I have Deadly Throw and I hardly ever really use it, to be honest. Cheat Death, level 45, tier 3. An attack that would otherwise be fatal will instead reduce you no lower than 10% of your maximum health, and damage taken will be reduced by 80% for 3 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once per 90 seconds. Leeching Poison coats your weapons with a non-lethal poison that lasts for 1 hour. Your melee attacks have a 50% chance to poison the target, and all your subsequent weapon strikes against the poison target will heal you for 10% of the damage dealt. Ship Effect instantly restores 5% of the rogue's health. And then Elusiveness. Your Feint ability also reduces all damage taken by 30% for 5 seconds. I'm going to go with Cheat Death. That was always my favorite. 60, Tier 4. Preparation. When activated, this ability immediately finishes the cooldown on your Sprint, Vanish, Cloak of Shadows, Evasion, and Dismantle abilities. Shadow Step through the shadows and appear behind a target. Movement speed is increased by 70% for 2 seconds afterwards. And Burst of Speed. Increases movement speed by 70% for 4 seconds. If you are afflicted by any movement impairing effects, activating this ability will instead remove any such effects and grant immunity to their reapplication for 4 seconds. Personally, I like Shadow Step. I like playing a subtlety rogue. I like being in the dark. I like stabbing from behind. I just take them out. So obviously they all, like they do, they all have their own theme. This is, having to deal with movement in stealth. That is movement in attacks against the excuse me, enemy. These having to deal with healing yourself. This one a little bit more of movement, but and with stealth as well. And I do like Shadow Step. It's always been one of my favorites. I use it constantly. If you watch any of the Bronxie videos, constantly she uses that one. Alright, Tier 5, level 75, Deadly Brew. So obviously these are going to be with the poisons. Whenever you apply one of your non-lethal poisons to a target, you also apply crippling poison. Paralytic Poison. Coat your weapon with a non-lethal poison, lasts for 1 hour. Each strike has a 20% chance of poisoning the enemy for 15 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times on a single target, and upon a 5th application, excuse me, the enemy will be stunned for 4 seconds. The shift effect causes instant paralysis of an enemy's lower body, rooting them in place for 4 seconds. And then Dirty Tricks. Your Gouge and Blind no longer have an energy cost, and no longer break from damage dealt by your poison and bleed effects. That's rather nice. Although I hardly ever use Gouge or Blind. Well, I do use Gouge every now and then, but not all the time. Paralytic Poison sounds fun. We'll do with that. Level 90, which I can't get because I don't have a level 90 rogue to showcase to you for this. Otherwise, when this game would come out, if I leveled every class to 90, I would be so bored with the game I wouldn't even bother with buying Mr. Pandaria. And I'm not going to do that to myself. So, moving ahead. Shuriken Toss, the last tier, level 90. A ranged attack that deals 4,116 physical damage to an enemy target. Awards 1 combo point, replaces throw. Versatility. Your redirect ability now has no cooldown. And anticipation. When one of your attacks generates a combo point on a target that already has 5 combo points, you gain an anticipation charge, up to a maximum of 5. When you perform an offensive finishing move on an enemy, any anticipation charges are consumed to grant you an equal number of combo points on that target. So there we go. Now, what everyone's been waiting for, the Glyphs. Oh yes, I was looking at them to make sure I had none missing. Excuse me, once again, I do apologize. So, moving on to the major Glyphs. Adrenaline Rush. Your Adrenaline Rush ability also reduces the global cooldown of your Sinister Strike, Revealing Strike, Eviscerate, Rupture, and Slice and Dice abilities by 0.2 seconds. That's for combat. Ambush increases the range of your ambush by 5 yards. Blade Flurry, which is for combat. Your attacks have a 30% higher chance of applying non-lethal poisons while Blade Flurry is active. Blind. Your blind ability also removes all damage over time effects from the target. Cheap Shot increases the duration of your cheap shot by 1 second. Cloak of Shadows is now active. While Cloak of Shadows is active, you take 40% less physical damage. Crippling Poison increases the chance to apply crippling poison to your target by an additional 20%. Deadly Momentum. When you land a killing blow on an opponent that you experience or honor, your Slice and Dice and Recuperate abilities are refreshed to their original duration. Debilitation. Your Eviscerate and Venom abilities also reduce the target's movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. Evasion. Increases the duration of evasion by 5 seconds. Expose Armor. Your Expose Armor ability causes 3 applications of weakened armor. Feint increases the duration of Feint by 2 seconds. Garrot, or however you want to pronounce it, increases the duration of your however you want to pronounce it abilities silence effect by 1.5 seconds. Gouge. Your Gouge ability no longer requires that the target be facing you. Glyph of Kick increases the cooldown of your kick ability by 4 seconds, but this cooldown is reduced by 6 seconds when you kick successfully interrupts a spell. Recuperate increases the healing by your Recuperate ability by an additional 0.5% of your maximum health. Sap increases the duration of Sap against non-player targets by 80 seconds. Shadow Walk, your Shadow Walk ability also increases your stealth detection while active. Shiv reduces the cooldown of your Shiv ability by 2 seconds. Smoke Bomb increases the duration of your Smoke Bomb by 2 seconds. Sprint increases the movement speed of your Sprint ability by an additional 30%. Stealth reduces the cooldown of your Stealth ability by 4 seconds. As a stealthy rogue, I do like that. Vanish increases your duration of your Vanish effect by 2 seconds. And Vendetta reduces the damage bonus of your Vendetta ability by 5%, but increases its duration by 10 seconds. So there we have it. Those are the major glyphs. But everybody likes the minor glyphs because of all the flavor that they've been putting to them. So, Glyph of Blurred Spleed. Glyph of Blurred Spleed enables you to walk on water while your sprint ability is active. Decoy, when you vanish, you leap behind a brief illusion that very closely resembles you. We'll do that one. Detection teaches you the ability Detection. Focus intently on trying to detect something. Distract. I'm sorry. I was reading below. Disguise. When you pickpocket a humanoid enemy, you also copy their appearance for 5 minutes. Your disguise will unravel upon entering combat. Distract increases the range of your distractibility by 5 yards. A hotfix to enable Sulong to spawn is being deployed. You may need to reset the instance in a few minutes for him to appear. Glad to know. But that's not what Hemorrhage does. Your Hemorrhage ability only causes lingering damage over time to targets that were already afflicted by a bleed effect. That's for subtlety. Killing Spree. Your Killing Spree returns you to your starting location when the effect ends. Pick Lock reduces the cast time of your Pick Lock ability by 100%. Perfect. Pickpocket increases the range of your Pickpocket ability by 5 yards. Poisons. You apply poisons to your weapons 50% faster. Safe Fall increases the distance your Safe Fall ability allows you to fall without taking damage. And Tricks of the Trade ability no longer costs energy, but also no longer increases the damage dealt by the target. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do... Oh, I already have that in there. Alright, well then we'll try Disguise. So, we're going to go out, we're going to find some mobs, we're going to practice the Vanish one. Pick Lock I'm not going to worry too much about, there's not much else that has changed. Although, we'll go ahead and show this one, although it's already in-game. Oh, yes. Because we want to learn that. So, let's pull up. We need Vanish and Pickpocket. First and foremost, Vanish. Oh, I did it and you can't see it. Oh, that sucks. Alright. That was poopy. Why'd I do that? Alright, anyways, it's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to go ahead and... What's the other one that I was looking for? Oh, I needed to be Stealth and Pickpocket. There we go. Alright. And let's get out of that. The other thing we have to do is Sprint. There we go. So, let's get on a mount. We'll go and sprint. Then we'll go find a target we can pickpocket. Excuse me again. And then we will go and try and vanish. And I think I showed it to you, but it wasn't really all that good. Excuse me. So, sprint lets you run across water now. It's like water walking, without the walking, because you get to run. So, here we are. Let's sprint. I can make it, 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 I made it! Yay! So there you go, that's sprint against water. Or on water. Not a whole lot of flavor ones for rogues. Some of these have, like the druids got a lot of good ones. The travel form and everything like that. Not saying that rogues got gypped, I don't really think they were gypped, but not a whole lot you can do with rogues anyways. Should be a little less than 2 minutes now until we can do the vanish again. You gotta be kidding me. Alright. Let's see, where's distract? Oh no, what's that over there? So there we go. Now, I now look like the Quillbore. Let's see, can I do silly?
Listen, you gotta keep up. The world is changing. Everything these days is now, faster, me, murder.
So the disguise works. I'll pop that off because I want to see what vanish does. And we're about to see what that does in about 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, so vanish. Look, Bronxie is here. Now she's gone. There you have it. That is the rogue talents, glyphs, and their specs as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. And of course, I will be seeing you next time.